Hey guys, today's video is how to support your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband that has borderline personality. I'm going to give you a couple pointers. Probably going to try to stick this video around probably 5-6 minutes if we can. Going to have a link to my butterfly t-shirt in the description if possible. It's Faith Rising. We can go into it at the end. You spell it Faithrizing. You can find me right through Google, guys, if you type in Faith Rising on Amazon. But let's go ahead and get right into the video. How to support your partner with borderline personality disorder, whether it's wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend. Right off the bat, you have to realize that it takes a special person to stay in this relationship. I think one reason why I've been able to stay in the relationship with the girl that I love, I suspect that she has borderline personality only because she fits criteria for it. She definitely probably has 5 out of the whatever it is. I think it's like 10 or 12 criteria. She has like 5 of them. You only need 5 of them to be diagnosed. So right away, like with me and her, she jokes with me about being a narcissist. Maybe I am a narcissist. Like I have my own YouTube channel. That could be a sign of narcissism. I think people that have YouTube channel, they're probably a high percentage that are narcissists. So my girlfriend jokes about me being a narcissist. I joke with her about being borderline, only because she shows signs of it. She shows signs of borderline. Things like fears of abandonment. Almost every single fight I've had with my girlfriend was based on a fear of abandonment. Like, hey, did you take the neighbor to McDonald's to work? Because her 8-year-old son told her that. That never happened. I never took a girl to work. That was a major blow-up fight where I had to leave the house. Oftentimes when these borderline girls get mad, they don't just get mad. They get screaming, they get yelling, they get shouting. They could literally push you out the door, get physically assaultive with you. In this case, my girlfriend's not physically assaultive, but many BPD girls are physically assaultive. But how to support someone with BPD, the first step is being patient. It takes a patient partner to deal with some of the behaviors. It's not going to be all bad. There can be very good things about borderline women, borderline men. For example, most of the time, borderline individuals are very good listeners. Most of the time, borderline people want to be loved. They want to have a loving boyfriend, a loving girlfriend. They want to be loved so bad, but their fears of abandonment can cause issues. Their fears of abandonment, if they're thinking, this guy's about to break up with me and break my heart, they might break up with you first in order to prevent them from getting their heart broken. Because a lot of times these girls will have major histories of abandonment. Like, for example, when I was younger, my dad walked out of my life at the age of like 9 years old. That can be abandonment. That's more prone to make me BPD because I've had abandonment in the past. Maybe I'm BPD. So us boyfriends, we have to be open and honest to say, hey, maybe we're the borderlines. Hey, maybe we're the narcissist. Like in this case, maybe I am a narcissist. If I am a narcissist, it's probably most likely because of child abuse. I mean, I was being physically abused by my dad at like the age of 9, guys. Being thrown against walls, being smacked so hard I knocked to the floor, being, beaten unconscious to sleep. Literally one time my dad slapped me so many times, knocked me the fuck out, and I woke up the next morning. So I was the victim of child abuse. This could cause things like antisocial personality, which I don't fit every criteria for antisocial personality, but I probably fit enough of the criteria where someone could say I'm an antisocial person. And I'm antisocial because of my upbringing, just like borderline women are borderline for a reason. They're borderline because they've been hurt a lot in the past. They're borderline because they were sexually abused, not in every case. They're borderline because they were physically abused as a child, or because they had to watch their father beat the shit out of somebody, or because they had to watch their dad beating the shit out of their mom, or they had to watch their dad fucking pack his shit and leave. Like when I was a child, I can remember clear as day. I'm like 10 years old, and I literally watched my dad walk out of my life, hitchhiking in a van. To this day, I can see it clear as day. Him walking out of us kids' life, getting in a van and heading out to Las Vegas. He spent 20 years there as a meth addict, guys. So all these mental illnesses definitely affect people's lives. You know, like even an antisocial person is more likely to abandon their family because they lack empathy. That's what my dad's problem was. He lacked empathy. You know, but how to support your partner who's BPD. You know, we want to stay on topic. You know, like I said, the first thing you got to do is be patient with your partner. Like, for example, me and my girlfriend are going through a breakup this week, but we'll probably end up getting back together because me and her are like super glue. We're like peas and carrots. I love the girl to death. She's BPD, but I'm in love with the girl. I'm literally in love with the girl. Love her so much. She's such a sweetheart when she's in good space. I've had to really cut her a lot of slack. Like literally this year, we've broken up like 3 times, guys. And right now we're taking a break. We're on a break right now. Because the other day she was like in crisis and called the police on me and all this other stuff. So we had to take a break, you know, just for me to give her space, her give me space. You know, I've just been taking some self-care time at my house, trying to recuperate from all the drama. That's the number one thing you got to realize when you're dealing with a borderline individual. There is going to be a lot of drama. They are going to flip out. They are going to scream. They are going to yell. I tell all the boyfriends, if your girlfriend, your borderline girlfriend is flipping out in the house, get your shoes on and leave. If your borderline girlfriend is assaulting you, get your shoes on and leave. There is no need to hit her. There is no need to push her. There is no need to grab her. There is no need to restrain her. Simply get your fucking shoes on and leave the apartment. Leave the house. That way you're being the better person. You're not engaging in domestic violence. You're not hitting someone, especially a woman like me. I've never laid a finger on a woman. That's why I'm pretty trusted in the community, because I have no history of domestic violence. I've never once slapped a girl. I've never once pushed a girl. I've never once made a girl feel afraid or feel like I was going to hurt her. I've never once done that. So being patient with your borderline partner is going to be the first thing on the list. If you're going to date somebody that has borderline personality, they are going to have a lot of dramatic, erratic behaviors. It's one of the symptoms of BPD is dramatic, erratic behavior. Inappropriate, intense anger. Like this week, my girlfriend screaming at me, paranoid ideation, thinking I deleted her Gmail. I did not delete her Gmail. She ends up apologizing to me like 10 minutes later because she found it on another phone. So you're going to see a lot of paranoid ideation with borderline individuals. You're going to see a lot of antisocial behavior from borderline individuals because they've been hurt so much in their life. They really don't, for the most part, like being around people. You know, if you call your borderline friend, hey, you want to hang out today? They're more likely to probably say no because maybe they're shy to meet a new person, or they're shy to meet your new wife or your new girlfriend. They're shy. And the reason why they're shy is because a lot of these people are antisocial because they've been hurt so much in their life. They've been hurt so much that these borderline personality individuals end up putting up a major wall. The wall is to prevent themselves from getting hurt. The wall is to push you away so that you don't break their heart. Like my girlfriend acting up this week, a lot of borderline people, they act up to test the relationship. Hey, if I act crazy, is Steve still going to stay with me? Hey, if I tell Steve to go fuck himself and kick him out, is he still going to love me? Is he still going to be there for me? Is he still going to care about me? There's a lot of testing when you're dealing with a borderline individual. They're going to test the relationship. They're going to piss you off to see if you stay because they don't want to get their heart broken. They have such a fear of abandonment that they're going to test the relationship a lot. Maybe that's even what's going on with me and my girlfriend this week. Maybe she's testing the relationship. If I act fucking crazy, is Steve still going to be with me? Is he still going to be there for me? Which I decided I still want to be there for this person because I've known him for like 20 years. We've broken up 3 times this year, but we'll probably end up getting back together eventually if we could maybe get some counseling or something.